So what is it about the Willard? This watch has a great history, but it's been viewed differently because of Apocalypse Now, and related to Vietnam and the soldiers at the P-axis would buy the Willard. But originally it was designed for boating, for diving, and I've been in search of the right watch to wear. I've been wearing a 1969 Omega Seamaster 300 for better part of 2 decades, and I love that watch, but it's getting a little beat up, and I wanted to go ahead and restore it, and then just pass it down to my middle guy, who is a Jacques Cousteau, so I think he's going to enjoy that watch like I enjoyed the watch. But it brings me now to Willard. The interesting part about all this is that Willard did not, well, it existed in the SLA 033, a $4,000 with a Willard with a Grand Seiko movement in it, and I wasn't gonna get that. So I said, you know what, the next best thing is to get an SRP 777. So I went ahead and got my SRP 777. I modded it, put the black date wheel on it, I put the red tip seconds on it, and enjoyed it for about a year. And then of course Seiko announced the Willard, and to say that I was excited is I was really excited. I mean, I've always wanted an original Willard, but it always seemed too big for me, even though recently I tried on a vintage one and it just fits perfectly. But the problem with those watches is that they're old and you can't really use them, and I like to use my watches. So when they announced this guy, I was first in line to get one, although I didn't get one for a whole year. There's a little thing called COVID, and I had other things on my mind. But about a month ago, I pulled the trigger on it. It arrived, and I've been wearing it for a month. I did an unboxing. I didn't post it. It just, it was kind of dull, so I wanted to do something else. I wanted to change my format a little bit. So now I'm a little bit more in front of the camera, and I want to be able to show you where I live, which is beautiful South Florida. And I'll be throwing in shots here and there, showing you the ocean, the city, the water. But let's get back to the Willard. So there's a lot to love about this watch, and there's a couple of things that frustrate me about the watch. Number one, it is going to become my daily wear, but there are really 2 issues to this watch. That one doesn't really bother me that much because I can fix it, and the other one did bother me, but I can also fix that as well. But when you're spending $1,300 on a watch, you kind of sort of want to wear and forget about it, and not worry about doing any modding or anything like that. So the first gripe I had with this watch was it doesn't have a signed crown. Now, some people will say that's ridiculous, Robert. Signed crown? Yeah, but it's a Willard, and the Willard was known for that little lock. I mean, they even put it on the SLA 033. They put the etch that locked on it. Why couldn't they just do it to this one? You're spending $1,300. Come on, Seiko, you can do that. So I'm going to be modding that and doing it myself. But whatever. That's an easy fix. Well, easy $100 fix. So now the watch is $1,400. But the thing that really let me down, if you will, was the bracelet. Now, is this watch worth $1,000? Absolutely, it's worth $1,000. Is a bracelet worth $300? Absolutely not. So Seiko needs to really think about their bracelet design team, because they need to pick things up a little bit. I mean, come on, you're doing a reissue of a famous watch from the 1970s, and I understand why you went from 20 to 18, because you kind of sort of were emulating the rubber strap from that watch that never had a bracelet before. But the truth is, it should have been 20 to 16. 20 to 16 would have been a nod towards the classic look of what a bracelet should look like from the 1970s, without looking old, if you will. Luckily, I spoke to Uncle Seiko, and he will be He will be building one this summer, 20 to 16 for the Willard. So I'm very excited about that. And I think once I put that bracelet on, and once I do the lock etching on the crown, this watch will be perfect. Now, for me, this is not a watch that I'm going to baby. I'm going to use it. That's why I bought the SPB151, was to use it when I go out in the water, when I go fishing, when I go diving, when I go spear fishing, when I do any of the crazy things that people in their 50s do. One of the great things about this watch, it has a dia shield. And the dia shield kind of eases the pain of the scratch. Even though I don't mind scratching my watches, I do mind if it's over $4,000. But, you know, a $1,300 watch, I don't mind scratching. It just shows that I enjoy using the watch. So I'm kind of really excited to start beating it up, if you will, using it as a tool, as it was originally intended for, to use on those guys over there. So if you're thinking about getting a Willard, I would say, if you want it as a daily, if you want it as a true tool watch, go for it. It really, you're going to be really satisfied with it. If you want it as a show, you know, just to wear once in a while, I would say no, because it's this watch is intended to be used. It's not intended to sit in the case. And I think you do it a disservice by leaving it inside the case. Even though it does have a 70-hour power reserve. So let's say Friday comes along and you know you're going to have 2 days of romantic rendezvous with your significant other, and you want to put on another type of watch. You come back on Monday, you throw this guy on, and it's still ticking. It hasn't lost a step. So have I found my daily? Yeah, I have found my daily. And price-wise, I would say this much to Seiko. The SPB151 at $300. Perfect. You hit that right on the nose. The King Turtle, 600. Perfect. You hit that on the nose. The green version of this guy at $1,000. Perfect. The SPB151, this guy on the bracelet for $1,300. Nah, not so much. So that said, I know I'm going to be spending an additional roughly about $200 on this watch to get it to weigh exactly how I want it. Does it hurt a little bit? Not really, because I know I'm going to be using the heck out of it, so I'm going to be enjoying it as much as possible. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to do more videos like this. It's kind of weird, though, you know, because you're walking around with a camera, people are looking at you kind of strange, but that's the way it is, isn't it? So until the next watch.